What's going on, everybody? I hope you all are having a beautiful day. Thanks for tuning in to Casual Conversation with Will and Gary. We really appreciate you stopping by to hang out for a little bit. Top-notch episode coming at you today, for sure. Thanksgiving, animal rights activists, millennials in the workforce, hemp industry in the United States. Those are just a few topics that we delve into in the episode. I know for sure we have something to keep you entertained on this one, but once again, thanks for stopping by and hope you guys enjoy the show.
Welcome to the greatest podcast on the face of the earth.
What's going on, everybody? Happy
Hello.
Thanksgiving. The Turkey Day. Giving thanks.
The day of all days.
The day of all days. Episode number 6.
Yeah,
We're here.
dude.
And we are doing it.
It's holiday season.
It's the holiday season, baby.
And I don't know about everybody out there listening, but the holiday season is just one of the times of years that one of the time of year that, I don't know, I just feel really good. I feel really festive.
You know what it is?
I feel like it's celebration time.
You know what it is?
What is it?
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Yes, dude. And honestly, dude, Thanksgiving's probably my favorite holiday. Dude,
I'd say that.
we talked
I'd say
about,
that too.
Yeah,
for sure.
we talked about reflecting last podcast.
Yep.
I definitely do reflecting. Like that's like reflection day for me. I just reflect on everything that I'm thankful for. I spend a lot of time with my family, and I don't know.
That's the whole point of Thanksgiving, man.
And to
Is
eat
to
a lot
give
of
thanks.
food, man.
The point of Thanksgiving is to, number one, reflect on what you're thankful for, and secondly, eat a ton of food. That's about it.
So what was one of the favorite things that you ate, dude?
The favorite. Well, okay, let me see. You always have turkey, mashed potatoes, stuff like that. But I ate this green bean casserole. I don't know who made it.
Green bean casserole.
Dude, and it was the best green bean casserole I've ever had. Don't know who made it, but just something about it. The way it was seasoned, the way it was crunchy on the top. Green beans were perfect texture, weren't too slimy.
Green bean.
Man, they were good.
Dude.
I ate a lot of it.
That's a surprising answer. You know, if you make a standout green bean casserole, you're doing something.
Yeah, because that's hard to do.
You need to figure out who made it, dude.
I don't remember who made it.
I'm
It
sure
was
I'm
at
sure
church.
people will hear and they'll get around to each other. You said your family was listening to the podcast, right?
Yeah, they are. Shout out.
Oh, yeah.
It was my family, though. It was at church.
Oh, it was at church. So you got the church listening to the podcast. Heck yeah.
Oh, I don't know if they are or not, but if
Yeah,
they
man.
are,
They'll
just let me
send
know
that
who made the green bean casserole.
There'll be high praise in the church, man. No, I had, man, a corn casserole.
Dude, the corn casserole is pretty good, too. Any
Dude.
casserole is good.
Dude, I
bro.
know.
doesn't matter what
Casseroles
it
are
is.
like the bomb.com.
Yeah.
Anyways, glad you had a good Thanksgiving. I hope everybody out there had a good Thanksgiving.
Yep. I hope you thought about what you were thankful for. Hope you got to spend time with your family if they're around. And I just hope it went well for everybody.
Well, I know you went hunting. You went on a Thanksgiving hunt, right?
No, I didn't.
You got you a big old deer.
No, I did not. Did you? You get a deer, though.
Yeah, I did. It wasn't a buck though. It was
That's
just
okay.
a doe.
We're putting food on the table for the family.
Yeah, dude. I'm actually going after this to get it processed.
Ooh.
So I'm just gonna grind it up, but I'm no idiot. I keep the back straps.
Okay, I was about to say.
I'm gonna. I don't know. I don't know
Some
what I'm gonna
good
do
venison.
with them. Yeah.
Can you make a burger?
Honestly, dude.
Or is it too dry since it's very lean?
Well, when I get it processed, I get them to add a little bit of fat because it is such a lean meat. But you get them to throw a fat in there with it, and it kind of makes it to where.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah. No, but dude, what I really like doing with my deer meat is cutting it up into strips and making like deer fajitas.
Fajitas.
Yeah, dude.
That sounds pretty good, actually.
Honestly, what I'm gonna do is get the majority of it ground because it's really cheap. Process it that way.
Yeah.
And probably just make some chili, some deer chili with it.
Can't go wrong with that, though. I
Yeah.
love chili.
dude. Chili's awesome. No, but the story behind killing this deer is pretty cool.
Well, let me hear it.
So like I was walking down to the stand, and so okay, Friday of last week I went down to hunt, and I woke up very early in the morning. I went down to Pennington Farms, and I sat down there for 2 hours, and I didn't see anything, and I was starting to get pretty hungry, so I was like, I'm gonna head back
Gotta
to the
go.
house, get some food, and then I'm gonna head down to my mom's place at Choctaw. Well, I went down there. We have 2 stands. We have a creek that divides our land. There's one on one side of the creek, and there's one on the other side of the creek. So I walked down to one on the left side of the creek, and there was a doe down there, and it saw me coming, and it ran off.
Chong. See ya.
Yeah, vroom, it was out of there. So I was like, oh man, like I kind of want to cross the creek now and see if I can like sneak, if there's anything over on the other, in front of the other stand. I want to see if I can sneak up on it.
Sneak attack.
So this is the first time I've ever attempted to creep up on a deer, and it did not go so well. There was another doe at the other stand, and I scared it off.
So you just ran them all off, basically.
Yeah, basically. And once it went off, I started kind of walking normal because I was like, crap, I scared it off. Well, I started walking normal, and there was a buck. It was like the biggest buck on our property, and it saw me and it took off. But I hadn't scared it yet.
What a noob.
Yeah, dude, I felt, oh man, it made me sick. But I mean, just seeing that they're down there, like it was a sizable buck. It was a seasoned one, definitely a one I would have taken.
Yeah.
But fast forward to Monday, I went to work Saturday and Sunday, and I had this deer on my mind the whole time. I was like, oh man, I can't wait till Monday. I'm gonna go up there. I'm gonna get him. And so I go Monday after I get out of class, because I had class from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Well, I get out at 3. I knew we would get out early because we always do. Shout out Miss Sheastel. But I went up to Choctaw, and I got there probably about 3:45, 4 o'clock-ish, something like that. So I went down to the stand on the left side of the creek again, and I saw a doe. A two doe standing out there, and they hadn't seen me because I was a little more stealthy this time. So I'm creeping up, and I'm like, okay, I had a 270 rifle, so I was definitely close enough. For those of y'all that don't know, you can shoot a 270 pretty freaking far.
Yeah.
But there wasn't like a good spot like to lean up against a tree. Like it was mostly like brush where I was at. So I just got down on my belly. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna snipe them. So I was like doing that. And it was like really hard to like stabilize still. So I ended up like getting on one knee like this, and like I don't know, like stabilizing with my elbow. And it was like, I don't know, it was a weird position. But I was so close to the scope in that position that you see this on my forehead. I have this cut on my forehead.
Oh my god.
Yeah, dude.
That's what you did?
Yeah, the scope it came back and freaking popped me, man. I didn't get a black eye, but I missed the doe, dude, with that shot.
You're noobing it up.
No, dude,
Have you ever been hunting before?
I have. I've only killed 2 deer. I'm 2 for 2 with shots, but at this moment in time, I was
Not anymore.
2 for 3.
Oh,
yeah, I know. At this moment, I was 2 for 3, and they ran off, but like they didn't see me, and I don't know, like they didn't really run away from me. They like kind of ran diagonal towards me, not really towards me, but kind of towards me, and like to the woods, and like they were very hesitant to like jump in the woods, and like I heard them go just a little ways, and then they stopped. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna creep through the woods and see if I can't, maybe get up on them. I knew the chances were slim, but I was like,
gotta give it a try.
Let's see what we can do. The sun's going down. At this point, it's like 4:45, 4:30, and I go up in the woods, and like they can hear me because they kind of keep moving away from me, but they can't see me or anything. And I probably walked about 50 yards or so, 35 to 50 yards deep in the woods. and got close enough to one and put a bullet through it. But
Killed it dead
yeah,
right there on the
it
spot.
was not it was nice though. Like I haven't been hunting in so long, and I wanted to talk about this feeling. Like it's such a responsibility feeling that you have when you are literally fixing to take an animal's life.
Responsibility for what?
Like you want to kill it quick. You don't want to you want to make a good shot. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And it
Yeah, I
dropped
guess.
immediately. It dropped immediately. It died very quickly.
Family there
And-
watching it.
No, it had its little doe partner, and it was smart enough to take off. I don't know what the other one was doing.
So Doe just saw her best friend get killed.
yeah, yeah, if you want to put it like that. But hey, it's providing
playing.
it's providing me with life. It's biology, man. Life takes life. We're hunters. We hunt,
That's true.
and
Back
we
in the
also
ancient
gather.
times.
Not everybody hunts. We also gather. But no, it was good. We took it back. We cut it up and everything, skinned the deer, and I'm gonna take it, get my meat processed. But dude, it'll feed me for probably 4 or 5 weeks or so.
Yeah, that's true. That was probably a small one too.
Yeah, it is.
Got a
it
lot
is
of
pretty
meat
small.
off of it.
It was actually it was a small doe, but man, it's high quality lean protein, and I don't know. I feel
Some
like
good
the
chow.
thrill of that situation. It was, I don't know. It's nice when you can put when you like when I'm eating that meat, like I have that connection to my food.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's true.
It's I don't know. That's just a beautiful thing to me. Anyways, what happened to you this week besides Thanksgiving?
This week something interesting happened. I feel like
You feel like
I forget a lot of things. What did we do? Oh, I had to work on Sunday, and at the place I work, it's a expo and event center. So they have all different kind of shows, like gun shows, antique shows, car shows, things of that nature. But this Sunday they had a car audio competition. So for those of you who don't know what that is, that's like it they weren't even playing music. It's like the bass in the car. Yeah. So, and they have the whole setup. They have like a decibel meter that they put in people's cars, and then they just like fire up the bass, and it reads how loud it is. And then the louder it is, they have different subcategories that you compete in. And you know, if you have the loudest one, then you win. But dude, it was so unbelievably loud. Like, I don't know what's considered loud on the decibel meter, like what'll hurt your ears, but these people it was like 160 plus decibels.
160 plus decibels.
Yeah, it was like 165 was the loudest one. But I'm pretty sure like over 90 is bad for your ears.
Over 90.
I'm not 100% sure on that. But dude, it was the loudest like bass I've ever heard. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever heard like tremendous bass in a car. Like if you pull up at a stoplight or something and you hear something like rattling, that's usually, you know, somebody pulled up beside you with speakers or whatever in their vehicle. But dude, it was so loud. Like,
Okay,
I wasn't
so
even.
a jet engine is 80 decibels. A lawnmower is about 100 decibels. A rock show concert is about 120 decibels. So you saying that it was 160 decibels?
It was 160. But it's
Wow.
kind of different though, because it's not so much loud to
As
your
it is
ears.
that you feel it.
It's like you feel it more than you hear it.
It like
I mean,
shakes you
yeah,
in the side.
It's still really loud, but it's not so loud that. Well, yeah, some of them were loud enough that it hurt my ears really bad. Like, and I wasn't even in the vehicle. Like, I was probably standing.
There were people in the vehicle?
Yeah, they're sitting in their vehicle with the. Dude, some of them were so loud
gosh.
that when they were doing the competition
Don't
part,
do that to yourself.
they
people.
had to wear headphones. You know, like the headphones you wear at the shooting range.
Yeah.
They cover your ears. They were wearing those when they were playing the bass in their
Oh
vehicle.
my gosh.
But dude, like the window was down, and I was probably standing 10 feet away from it, and it felt like I was sitting in like a really loud vehicle with the music on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I was outside the car, like 10 feet away. But it was like
Wow.
I was in somebody else's car, a normal car with the volume turned all the way up.
Dude, we have a good friend that used to compete in those braiding salmon.
Yeah.
The salmon.
The salmon. Yeah, dude.
Dude, he's always been friendly. He used to come to our ball games in
Yeah.
Southside.
But
Shout out Braden Salmon.
Shout out.
I wonder if he listens to this.
I don't know.
I
don't know
should
if he does or
definitely
not.
tell him. If I tell him we gave him a shout out, I bet he'll listen.
Yeah, I actually texted him and told him about the car show because he used to be in that, you know?
Yeah, dude.
And he's like, yeah, dude. I think he knew about it. He works out of state, so I don't know if he didn't get to come, but
Yeah,
I
he
think he knew
used to
about it.
work in Greenbrier somewhere, I think, and my dad delivered to wherever he worked.
Oh, yeah.
And he would always be like, Who's that kid from Greenbrier at work? I think his last name's like a fish or something. I was like, you Braden Salmon?
Salmon. I don't even know. But dude, it was wild. I've never heard anything like that.
That is pretty
And
interesting.
I also know a guy that lives over near the expo center. He probably lives 1.5 miles, 2 miles away, and he was standing outside of his house, and he could hear the bass miles away.
What the heck? That's too much, man.
Dude,
Don't do that to yourself.
It was too much. It was cool. I would never do it. It was cool to see though. But that was Sunday, and then the rest of the week I was just working, didn't do anything, and then I got off for Thanksgiving, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Heck yeah, you got off Wednesday?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
but other than that, just a normal week,
Yeah.
another day.
Well, I was talking about, the like deer hunting earlier and the connection you have with your food and everything. Well, I did this I volunteered for one of it's called the SDA, Student Dietetic Association at UCA. I did some volunteering there. We had the beef council come, and basically we handed out fajitas and just let people know.
Fajitas.
Yeah, dude, they were good too. They were like little mini fajitas, and like I was volunteering, but they gave me fajitas, and they ended up giving me a 20-ounce grade A steak.
So that's why you volunteered, huh?
I know. I didn't know I was getting that.
Playing.
That was
I'm just
unbeknownst to me, man. There was only like 4
I'm just
people that
kidding.
volunteered, and they had 4 steaks left over, and I was like, heck yeah, I'll definitely take a steak. But anyways, the reason I mentioned that is because we had an animal rights activist come up, and
To the stand?
yeah, and I wouldn't necessarily call it protesting.
Was she angry?
Yes. She was calling us liars for and we were not promoting like necessarily like health of beef. Like
So,
we were giving
okay.
nutrition facts on beef, and then we were giving like healthy eating pamphlets and like things like that.
But y'all weren't like going around. So y'all had like a tent set up or whatever? Or
Yeah,
like
we had a tent set up.
and just people passing by, you gave them stuff.
Yeah, we would say, do you want a fajita? Because we were giving out fajitas.
Yeah.
And then we had pamphlets on healthy eating, different ways to prepare foods. We had like different beef recipes. We had different veggie recipes. We had like nutrient information on beef and stuff like that. Like, I mean, what's so funny?
Nothing, dude.
What is so funny? You think that's funny?
No.
No.
But y'all weren't out there like with signs like saying, eat more beef.
No. We were just
So really, you weren't really making
bro, we
a
were
scene,
handing
though.
out free fajitas.
I know.
How can you protest handing out free fajitas? Anyways, okay. So
That's what I was trying to say.
I'm
You
gonna
weren't
be-
out there yelling at anybody.
yeah, but I mean, I was very level-minded about this, and she came up and she was talking to the people that were actually like from the beef council that were running the tent, and I just kind of observed. But she kept calling them liars, and that we were promoting like false information, and she did that. Like, she just went on and on and on for like about 10 minutes or so. And then after that, she just stood there and looked at us.
What?
She just stood there and looked at us for probably about another 10 minutes.
So she was talking to like you all as a group, just
She
talking.
was talking like to
or-
the 2 main ladies that were there from the beef council. And
But there's only like 4 people there.
yeah, dude, we had the photographer that was like, he was supposed to be there for an hour or so. So I
Yeah.
was just like over there talking to him. I was like, look at this. What is going on here? Like, we were just kind of talking about the
Yeah.
situation. But no, like, this is my thing. Like if for whatever reason, like her big thing was like factory farming, because I mean beef, cattle, like factory farming is an issue. And I understand that factory farming is not good, and there's
We
different
eat grass fed, baby.
Yeah, there are different reasons that you would be against factory farming. I mean, like animals' rights. It's not as healthy. The sustainability of doing that, the health of the animals, like stressing the animals, that thing. I mean, there are different reasons, and I understand that she feels very strongly about animals and their rights or whatever, but like, don't come over and rain on our beef parade. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not promoting factory farming.
Yeah.
Like the beef council, they're trying to implement, and that we were explaining that to her. Like, you can't just tell everybody to quit what they've been doing for so long. It's going to be a gradual change to change from factory farming. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the people that are over, it's not that simple of a fix. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be gradual. For example, we've known smoking is bad for a very, very long time, but people still do it. We're gradually getting better, but it's got to be understandable that you can't just take a cultural norm and uproot it.
Yeah. And I feel like I mean, we have freedom of speech, and she can say whatever she wants, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
But what I'm saying is that what really did she accomplish by doing that?
Nothing.
Like, she didn't change anyone's perspective. She didn't change anyone's mind. Like, she might have, said a few, relevant facts that they could apply. But by doing that, I feel like she didn't really accomplish anything.
Well, the way she went about it was very aggressive.
Yeah, and I mean, she spoke her mind. That probably made her feel better. But I feel like the Beef Council would actually listen to somebody if they didn't just come up there and start, like belittling them. You know what I mean? So if someone would have came up and had a decent conversation with them and said, "Hey, can you tell me more about it?" And then the Beef Council would say, "Yeah, sure, we'll give you some more facts about it." And then if she had some facts as well that she wanted to present, she didn't have to come up there and just start not yelling, but like being angry at everyone. She could have done it in a much
she
more
literally started the
way.
conversation by calling us liars.
Yeah, but you hadn't even said anything. So.
Exactly. So they're trying to implement more grass-fed cattle, but it's just like you can't just flip the culture upside down. Like, that looks good on paper, but that's just not how it works.
Yeah.
Like, they're trying to make that gradual change into a more sustainable method of farming. They're trying to treat the animals better. Like, they're trying to make it happen for everybody, but it like you said, it accomplishes nothing to come up and call us liars.
Yeah, especially when you're not even proclaiming anything.
Yeah, exactly.
But dude, a segue to that, kind of on the same vein, I was listening to this podcast the other day, and it was talking about what animals we consider like domesticated and what animals we eat in the United States. And like, we have a very, compared to other countries around the world, the United States has a very I guess it is limited supply of different kinds of proteins that we actually eat. So we have pork, beef,
chicken,
fish, poultry, all that stuff. But they were talking about in other countries, it's the norm for people, they eat a lot of veal, so lamb. They eat horse. I can't remember where it was. It was like some country in, I don't remember. It was like Bulgaria and some other place like that, where they eat. It's like in the United States, the horses have been more domesticated for pets, but then in other countries, it's actually a big source of protein that people eat. I thought that was very interesting as to how all the different countries have different, animals that they consider to be not pets, but it's kind of taboo to eat it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that is interesting.
Because like, and in other countries, they would have like, they would eat almost everything in the animal. So like, if they had a lamb or a sheep, they would eat the liver, the heart, all that kind of stuff. But it's very rare in the United States to see people eating, like, I don't even know, can you eat like a cow's heart? I don't know.
Yeah,
You
dude,
can.
I've eaten a cow's tongue before.
Yeah, well,
Nana made a cow tongue when I
I
was
can't
a little
remember where the
kid.
guy was from. He was from some other country like that, and he said if you go to a restaurant, they have, lamb, like the actual meat off of it, and then they serve that in the restaurant, like the liver, the heart, the brain, all that kind of stuff.
That's
And
interesting.
it was like normal for people to eat it. Like he said, there's like 5-year-old little girls in there eating, lamb liver and stuff, and they eat it like because they've been eating it their whole life.
Dude, and
it's just
liver is a very nutrient dense organ.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that goes on in the liver, and you can get a lot out of it. But
I don't know.
people don't like eating livers.
It was kind of crazy though, because he was saying like, yeah, you'll go and you'll see, little kids eating liver and heart and all that kind of stuff. But if you had a little 4-year-old now and you just plop down a piece of cooked
heart,
a cooked cow heart in front of them, they'd be like, oh my God, you think that was so nasty,
Yeah.
It was just interesting how all the different places have different things that they
Yeah.
eat. But eating a horse though, I never thought about it. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, see, when
And
you
then
said
I
that,
saw
I was like,
another thing.
what?
It was this guy. He went on a hunt. It might have been in Alaska or Montana somewhere. It was up really high, like either down in the valley or up on the mountains. And there was no, like the horse, they rode horses down there to where they were going and setting up camp and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the horse actually like broke its leg when it was down there. So there's no way they were going to get it back up because they would have had to carry it, back up the side of the mountain when they hiked back out. So, I mean, it was going to die. And they had to put it down. And the people around felt really bad because they were like, this animal is just going to go to waste, Like,
Yeah.
we had to kill it. We had to do all this stuff to it. So they cut the back straps off of the horse and they ate it, which I never even thought about it. But, it was like what you were saying before. It was an animal that they had to kill. They didn't want to, obviously. But
why waste it?
But why waste it?
Yeah.
It was perfectly good meat. They didn't want to go bad. They had to kill it. Its leg was broke. It's really hard for a horse to come back from a leg injury, I think.
Yeah.
Especially if it's, down in a basin, there's no way they can get it back out. So
Yeah, horse does like everything on its feet.
yeah, that was crazy though that well, not crazy, but it was just gave me a different way of thinking about it, that they didn't want to waste a perfectly good animal.
Yeah.
So they cut it up and they eat it.
Dude, so a segue, something that you said kind of sparked this, a little segue into types of protein. You were talking about just the interesting, the different, meats and things. But one of the best sources of protein that is slept on by a lot of people due to its cultural, to like political reasons, really, I guess, is hemp seed. Hemp seed has a complete amino acid profile, meaning that it's a complete protein. Like it's just like a meat as far as eating it for protein. So
would you have to eat a bunch of them though to get the same amount?
Well, I mean, if you they're seeds and they're not they're literally kind of like a sunflower seed.
Yeah. Well, do you know like the ratio on it though? So say you have,
I mean, it's probably
like an 8-ounce steak. What would be the ratio of? I don't know how much protein like an 8-ounce cut of meat has, but say 40 grams of protein. How many seeds would you have to ingest to get the same amount? You know what I mean? That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, I'm sure that you would have to ingest more seeds, but I'm talking like there's something that you could implement into your diet that are very nutrient dense. Like I'm not saying don't eat meat.
Yes, you don't just eat seeds.
Yeah, but it.
I don't know why I was thinking that.
There's like different aspects to nutrition, and one of the aspects is the variety of foods.
Yeah.
So if you don't have a wide variety of foods that you eat, you're very prone to have nutrient deficiencies. Like, because if you eat the same things all the time, more than likely in your routine, you're not getting something. So if you're open to try new things and vary your diet more, find out what you like, find out what you don't like, find out what you're sensitive to, what you're not sensitive to, you're just gonna be better off.
Yeah, that's true.
You're gonna equip the body with the vitamins and minerals that it needs.
The vitamins and minerals. Yeah, that's true. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Eating seeds, baby.
Eating seeds, yeah. No, man. So, I mean, kind of extending on hemp a little bit, dude. Like the hemp industry is fixing to take off.
Yeah, man. they've been trying for a while. It was just, what was it? There were certain restrictions where you couldn't grow it in certain states. What was it?
I have no
I
idea.
can't remember what it was. I read
What
that
do
a
you
while
think?
ago.
What do you think about that though?
About hemp as a plant?
Yeah.
It actually used for a lot of things. They can make fiber out of it, so you can make clothes,
You make ropes.
all kind of stuff. And it's actually, I don't know if this is true, but I've heard that hemp is quite a bit stronger than cotton.
Yeah, it's stronger and it's just as soft. The materials are
I didn't know that.
as soft. It's more sustainable.
It's probably easier to grow than cotton, isn't it? Can you grow it in more places?
Yeah, and the thing is, it can make paper as well.
Oh, it can.
So like its growth cycle, I think, is maybe 4 to 6 months. I don't quote me on that.
What's
but I know
cotton?
it's what?
How long does it take cotton to grow?
No, you get paper out of trees, Will.
I'm not talking about.
But trees.
I'm talking about cotton
I'm,
compared to hemp, Gary. I'm not talking about making paper.
I'm talking about paper. The trees take 40 to 80 years to grow in comparison to that, and you can make just as much paper. So it's a very sustainable and useful crop that has been illegal for a long time for some reason.
Yeah.
And I think it's really, really fixing to take off. I was talking to some people that are into business, which if you don't know me, I'm pretty illiterate when it comes to business terms and terminology and stocks and whatnot. But they were saying, my business friends were saying that it's a good time to be investing in hemp.
I'm not an investor.
So if you're investing, you may want to go and maybe ask a financial advisor, or just be ballsy and just had all your money into hemp.
That's probably a bad idea. You gotta diversify.
No, I had somebody actually reach out and ask me to talk about a topic.
Let me hear it.
So I'm gonna get your take on it.
I'll give a hot take on it.
Okay.
It might not be a hot take. Probably just a normal take.
What I've got is the millennial mind in the workforce.
Oh wow.
We are
millennials.
He asked me to talk about the millennial mind in the workforce because
we are millennials.
This dude that was telling me, he said that he had recently gotten an employee that was a younger dude, millennial age, and he started as like a shop boy or whatever. And
so low totem pole.
Yeah, low totem pole, and within 2 weeks, like he was already, dragging around, taking breaks all the time, and within 2 weeks he'd quit because he wasn't digging it.
Wasn't digging it.
Yeah, and so that may be not the best example for like millennials, but what my dude was telling me is that he feels as if the millennial age, like that demographic of people, they get into the workforce and they expect to be, manager right out of the gate.
Yeah.
Because they have a sense of entitlement. That's the big thing that people say about millennials. They have a sense of entitlement. So I'm not saying that I necessarily agree with that or disagree with it, but I was just going to see what you thought about that.
Yeah. I'd say it, like, everything has two sides. So obviously there's going to be some millennials that do have a sense of entitlement, and then you're going to have some that don't, I don't know what the ratio is of those that do and those that don't, but it's just like with anything else. You're going to have people that, are lazy, and you're going to have people that work hard and want to, get better. But I think this is just completely my observation. It could be completely wrong, but here it goes. It's that we'll say, I don't even know what the generation before millennials was, or two prior to that, what they're called, but we'll say people from, 35 to 55 years old. I don't know what generation that was, but the thing was that not back then, but in previous decades, you haven't had as many things, not vying for your attention, but they didn't have as many resources as we have. And by that, I mean, there's so many things that not even kids, but millennials now can do to make a living. It's that there's too many choices, if that makes sense. So, 40 years ago, you didn't have near as much technology. You didn't have social media. You didn't have the internet presence that's here. So now there's too many things going on and too many choices that they can make instead of actually working like
So you're
a
saying
labor
it's
job.
too diverse?
Well, it's not too diverse. That just plays into the argument that millennials are lazy. Well, they probably are maybe a little bit lazy, but also it's that they don't have to go and do that hard job. And it's probably not even hard, but I'm saying like a manual labor job or a job where they have to.
Yeah. So to what you're saying,
I don't even know if that made sense. I'm trying to.
Like back then, we don't have as many resources. You were talking about resources. We don't have, or we have more resources now, and they didn't have as many resources as we do. And I think that it makes life so easy that we don't have.
That's true.
We don't have to necessarily face challenges if we don't want to. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to face hardships.
That's true. I would say that as well. There's definitely not as many challenges of living now as there was, say, 30 years ago.
Yeah, you can avoid them easier. You can avoid the challenges of living easier. I mean, anybody's going to face
you're going to have challenges.
Everybody's going to have problems.
Existing, but
you can avoid a lot of challenges, and if you do that, you're not as equipped when those difficult situations come around.
Yeah, so then you have a job, and you go through a week or two that it really sucks, and you're having to do hard work, and it's just not very fun. And you're like, well, this is stupid. They say I don't want to do this anymore, but because things have
weren't
been
able
so
to
easy,
endure the hardship
because they haven't endured a hardship before.
And that's the theory behind it. And like I said, this is kind of what his thought process was, and I'm being pretty general in what I'm saying, but what I'm saying is I'm not calling every millennial out there lazy. Like there's a bunch.
No,
there's a bunch of millennials that get their stuff done.
Yeah, and that's what I said at the beginning. There's always going to be A and B. So you're always going to have people that are lazy and don't work very hard, and then on the other side, you're also going to have people that work extremely hard. Yeah, and do things to their best.
That just seems to the best of their ability. A common factor that plays into it.
Yeah, and they can also argue that back in my day, people weren't as lazy. Like the lazy person would be like a good worker now, and I don't know. I didn't live during that time, so I can't really elaborate. I don't know what the hard work what the hard worker criteria was, but if that makes sense.
Well,
I forgot I was going to say something else.
Don't you hate when that happens?
Yeah, I know.
Well, we'll stamp it out. I just wanted to talk about that. Somebody asked me to talk about that. So there you go, my man. Hope I satisfied.
Oh, I remember. I'll end it off with this. We'll finish off the idea. It's that like now, think about how many careers that you can have now. So like via the internet, where you don't. I mean, it's still difficult, but you don't really do much physical work. So like being a YouTuber, like there's YouTubers making millions of dollars a year, and they make videos. Like I'm not saying making videos is easy. It's obviously probably pretty difficult, and you got to have some skills.
Yeah, it's a creative process.
But I'm comparing that to, we'll compare that to the shop boy, where, he probably has to lift some stuff, carry stuff, throw stuff away, clean up, all that jazz. So they're not really doing anything physical that you would consider hard. They're just making videos, which is hard in its own sense, but not compared to doing physical labor. So there's just so many different jobs that millennials and younger people can have nowadays that once they actually try a job that's physical and hard, then they don't want to do it because there's so many more options that they can go to.
Yeah, that's interesting, and we gotta have the blue collar workforce.
Long nights,
very, very
impossible odds.
Wanna be a blue collar man.
Keeping my heart to the keyhole.
No, I talked to well, we actually just got done eating lunch with one of our future guests, but I also talked to another guest that's gonna be on the podcast in the future. He's actually my uncle. His name is Dennis Richardson.
Dennis.
You
The
can
menace.
call him Dr. Richardson. He is a professor up at the Quinnipiac University,
Oh, that's cool.
which overlooks the University of Yale in Connecticut.
Professor of what subject?
He is a doctor in invertebrate biology.
Sounds complicated.
He's a bug. He's a bug man. He's the bug man. And he would come down to Arkansas a lot, like go up in the Huntsville area. They have a pretty hardcore wildlife research area up there that he would come down and
That's pretty neat.
visit us. And honestly, he's not going to talk too much about that. He actually requested, because I saw him at Thanksgiving, he came down. He's not going to want to talk too much about his teaching life. I mean, he'll obviously mention it because that's something pretty interesting about him. But what he's doing right now, he's getting to the point where, like, when he gets done teaching, he wants to have something that he can do to keep him busy, to keep his, get a little extra spending money, And so what he's doing is he's got goats. They're they're either Norwegian or Bulgarian, like, registered goats. So they're like,
I don't know anything about goats.
yeah,
so
I don't
we'll
either.
say
Hey, we're gonna have him on the podcast. He'll set us
the
straight.
goat man.
We'll leave it mystery. But he's got goats, and so what he does, he makes for personal use. Like, he drinks his own milk, he makes his own cheese,
yeah.
he makes his
That's
own
cool.
yogurt. But to sell, because it's so hard with the FDA regulations.
Yeah, I was about to say
to sell cheese and yogurt and milk that's unpasteurized or unhomogenized, things like that. But you can also make soap out of goat's milk.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and so on top of having goats, I'm not done. He has other things that he grows. He grows lavender to scent his soaps if he
Makes
wants
sense.
to.
Yep.
Lavender
is a good scent,
Bro.
I love lavender.
Bro, it blows me away because he was telling me about lavender, and I asked him, I was like, who buys lavender? Like, who are you selling lavender? Where's the market? Bro, there is a market for lavender. People love lavender.
Yeah, bro. Think of how many lavender scented things there are.
I know,
I
man.
can go.
I
I
just
can
never
go
thought
to.
about
I
it.
can go to the kitchen right now. Fabuloso.
Fabuloso.
The cleaning agent.
Yeah.
Lavender scented. That's my favorite stuff to clean with because it smells great. Lavender soap, lavender candles. We got both of those.
Dude, it just blew me away. So, like, he grows lavender, and he also, this is actually his main thing that he does. He grows garlic. 8 different types, 8 different species of garlic.
I didn't know there was that many species of garlic.
Yeah, and he's been doing it for, I think, a year or two now. And he said that this next harvest he would be pretty confident to. What is so funny, bro?
The garlic harvest.
The
dude.
garlic harvest. Dude, he said he'd feel confident to supply a high-end restaurant with really good garlic. He'd go down.
That's pretty cool.
Take a basket down and
I'd buy. Does he sell it by the bag?
The thing is, this is the thing. We're gonna have him on, and
I'd buy a bag of garlic.
It's probably April or so, or maybe even July. It's gonna be April or July that he's in, and we're gonna have him on. But he's eventually gonna get a UPS service. He has a website. I don't have the information on that, and it's like not completely constructed. It's live, but
in the embryonic stage.
Yeah, he's just now getting this because, like I said, he's wanting to kind of do this for his retirement, which is really cool, I think.
Yeah.
But he's gonna set up a UPS account to where, like, people can go on his website and purchase high-end garlic.
That's pretty neat. Can you sell food on would that be considered food?
Yeah.
Could you sell it on Amazon? Or are you allowed
I bet you could.
I mean,
you can buy lobsters on Amazon.
Yeah, you can buy food on Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say you could. No, dude, I
just think
it was really cool. Like, that's a
Garlic
neat,
Junior.
be a neat guest to have on for sure. He's very well articulated for sure.
Oh yeah, obviously he's a professor.
Yeah,
he teaches.
He's good. He advises too.
Yeah,
so.
I'd say he can articulate well.
So
Better than me.
Yeah,
I ain't very good.
It was nice to see. It was nice to see him and my other cousin Kate. She's a linguistics major, which is pretty
Linguini.
Linguini and linguistics have nothing in common.
Isn't that a type of noodle?
Yes,
or pasta?
I'm pretty sure it's a
Think
type
it
of
is.
pasta. Okay, and then we just, like I said, our other guest that we talked to this week, we just got done having lunch with.
Launch.
Dervin McGurvin.
Derv. D-E-R-V. Derv.
Yeah, he's more eccentric than I remember.
Yeah. No, he's the same old Derv.
Yeah, you said that you remember him being pretty wild child.
Yeah. Well, he's not even that wild. He's just eccentric is a good definition of him.
Yeah. He's an interesting dude. He's a young entrepreneur. He has 2 car dealerships, one in Conway, one in Fayetteville. And basically what he does is he runs around and
buys cars
in Tulsa and
sells
Dallas
cars.
and
Buy the cars, fix them up, sell the cars.
yeah, he's an interesting dude. We're gonna have him on here and tell some stories. I think he's done some like street racing, and like he said that he's got
street racing.
Yeah, bro. He was telling me
freeway pulls, dude.
Yeah, I texted him. I told him because with guests, I'll text them and I'll say, hey, give me the 5 most interesting things about you that you would want to talk about on the podcast. So I'm not going to take somebody that can't give me 5 interesting things about themselves.
Yeah.
And one of his interesting things was that he'd done some street racing and that he had some near-death experiences doing it. So we'll definitely have to pry that from his cold, dead lips.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how it goes. We're getting close, baby. I still haven't sold my guitar.
Oh, yeah.
I need to sell it to get the new board.
You got to sell it to get the new board, huh?
Well, I don't have to, but I want to.
Yeah. You don't want to get us out there bad enough, huh, with the guests.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Yep.
I'm all about saving a buck.
You're all about saving a buck.
So if I can sell something,
especially around
else,
this time of year, it's Black Friday right now.
Oh my God, yeah, dude. Like, we got to buy Christmas presents for everyone, and then
I know that you last year and the year before you were like big into Black Friday. What's the deal, homie?
No, it wasn't. I've never been Black Friday shopping,
bro. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Not on my own will, not by choice,
dude. I was like, cause I'm pretty like anti. I wouldn't say anti-Black Friday.
I didn't go by myself. I went with Courtney. She's the one that wanted to go.
Yeah, but you were like, dude, the deals, they're so good.
I did not say
yes,
that.
you did.
No,
just like that. You're like, dude, the deals, they're so good. And, dude, I was like, no, man, it's the commercialism, rah, rah, rah. And you were like, no, man, you guys got to do it, and it'll get you. It'll get you hooked. I did
not say that.
Yes, you, dude.
I'll take that to the grave.
He's lying. You liar. You're a liar. Spreading these lies.
You don't know me.
You're lying like the beef council, bro. You liar.
You don't know me.
You're not God.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
What?
No, that's about all I got that's happened to me this week.
Yeah.
I was gonna go climb around at Prim, but Marcus has been at deer camp, and I don't feel like,
he's trying to get some venison, huh?
Killing myself. Yeah, apparently he killed 3 deer already.
Can you do that?
Yeah,
Thought there was a limit.
Bro, I've got 6 deer tags.
Oh, 6?
Yeah.
I don't know how many.
Dude,
makes sense.
They print out. It varies year to year based on the census that they do. On the deer.
I see.
Because there are a lot of deer that, like, if I'm not mistaken, there are less and less hunters. Like, I mean, just think about how media goes. There's not too much media for hunting, so there's less and less hunters now. That's
why?
There's actually
because you have more animal rights activists.
You're exactly right.
I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's just a correlation between hunting and animal rights activists increasing.
But actually, there's a movement. There's a movement for hunting and like media, like just like putting more good media out there for hunting because it is necessary that we control the population.
Yeah.
But that's
anything that overpopulates is going to cause a problem.
Yeah, that's the reason. That is the reason that we had so many deer tags this year to fill.
We'll fill them up, baby.
Yep. Anyways,
give me some meat.
Well, are you ready to shut her down?
Yeah, I guess we're ready to shut her down. I
Alright.
had a whole list of topics. We didn't talk about a single one.
Well, you got to jump in there, bro.
No, we'll save those for the next time, baby. We
Oh
talked
my
about plenty of stuff.
gosh.
Dude, I just need to start stockpiling a list, and then if we ever get stale, then I'll just be like, whip out the list. Got a list of stuff to talk about.
You're right.
No, we're good, man. Dude, if we get rolling, and we're just rocking and rolling, talking about stuff, that's
Rocking
fine
and
with me.
rolling. Alrighty, well, you can find me on Instagram at GaryTheGreat96. That's GaryTheGreat96, and on Snapchat at Gary Gairy.
Yes, you can. You can find me on Instagram as Will_Pennington00. It's WILL_PENNINGTON00. And you can also find me on Twitter as The Scavenger23. THESCAVENGER 23.
Yes,
And,
you can.
Yes, you can. And we have been posting on our social media accounts when we are going to have a new episode, when it's going to go live and everything. So be sure and follow us. Check that out. See all the updates. We'll start posting more to social media and whatnot as we get going. Also, we're on iTunes, Google Play, working on Spotify. We're also on YouTube. Check us out. Casual Conversation Podcast. Like, subscribe, leave us a comment. Let us know what we're doing good, what we can improve on. We always take constructive criticism and try and apply it. We've actually had a couple people, give us suggestions and stuff, and we really appreciate that. We always try and, get a little better every time. So maybe one of these days we'll be seasoned professionals.
Yeah.
But
Bro, Mark, I was just sorry. I kind of zoned out. I was looking at my phone. Marcus just I was saying that we were going to go climbing, but he's been deer hunting?
Yeah.
He just texted me asking me if we wanted to go climbing. I know what I'm doing.
Speak of the devil.
Heck
That's
yeah.
the way it goes, dude.
So I totally blacked out on what you just said. But yeah, find us on social media. Tell us what we're doing right. Tell us what we're doing wrong. We may listen. We may not. We're going to try and incorporate what you want to hear. We're going to bring cool guests on. And that's all I got.
That's all we got, baby. Until next time.
Gary out.
Later.